Your home for our Atlanta Falcons, Hawks, and Atlanta United. Your teams play here. Sports Radio 92.9, The Game.
Kenyon will hold, McCullough will snap. It makes it Atlanta's 3-2. Snap, spot, flag down, kick is away. It is perfect.
Atlanta! What's going on? It's Dukes and Bell on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. We start off every day and every hour by saying, hey, man! It is good to have you listening on a Monday. It is a Falcon Monday, and Mike Bell, we got a lot to chop up. We've got a lot to get to here over the next 4 hours as we talk about what transpired yesterday at Mercedes-Benz. Now, we will spend a lot of time also on the Braves today, guys, because as I said to John Fricky and Randy as they were leaving, Mike, this feels like a must-win. I know it's a 5-game series. It's a short series, but I just feel like in my gut we absolutely have to find a way tonight. So we will get into that. But, Mike Bell, how are you doing, my man?
Well, unfortunately, I got the corona, so I'm working from home this week. I tested positive this morning. I thought I was out. Carl. They pulled me back in. So I'm working with a studio audience of a cat and a dog. But, man, it was a glorious game for the Falcons. And Desmond Ridder, bro, he came from his worst game as a pro to his best game as a pro. And it was amazing. And when you can check that off the list, right, as far as a come-from-behind victory, you can't argue with that. That's everything you wanted to see. And I know you were singing his praises. I did have my doubts. I'm not a hater. I'm a doubter. Still got to find a way to win on the road. But, man, that was everything you'd want to see yesterday.
A lot of people were saying last week we put a poll out. Turtle's here. He's executive producing. He's running our board as well. Big shout out to Orrin as well, who's dealing with the vid and get better. All right, Orrin. But we put out a poll last week that said, what do you want to do? What do you expect in this game? And, guys, if you forget, a lot of you, I think it was 60% of you were like, yeah, Heineke. And the deal was, I said, let's be patient. Let's allow this young man to develop. Yesterday, 329 yards. I think, for me, the defining moment, all right, was the final drive where he goes 5 for 5, 44 yards. He scrambled for 5 yards. It's a 56-yard drive in 10 plays. And, Mike, he was flawless. He didn't make a mistake. He was right down the field. He was calm, cool, and collected. And I think for that moment, it really showed, and I hope it showed Falcon fans, we're going to be all right. He's got to continue to get better. He's got to continue to develop. But the fact of the matter is, Mike, that was a big moment for Desmond Ridder early in the season to say, hey, I can handle this, and more importantly, I can lead my team to a win.
Yeah, not to mention you had to overcome 2 big turnovers. I mean, John O. Smith, I love John O. Smith's game. He just had a bad day in the office, put one on the ground, had a drop. Bijan put one on the ground. Defense bows up. All you got from those 2 turnovers, if you're the Texans, is 3 points. So that was great to see. I thought defense did a great job, Carl. Yes, I know we want more pass rush. You don't want to see the Texans go down the field. But the defense was solid. And, hey, let's give a shout-out to the new dude on the roster. There's a storm brewing, Carl, at right tackle. And do you think that had something to do with the fact Desmond Ridder had time to get the ball downfield? Storm Norton, who we claimed off the Saints taxi squad, in for the injured Caleb McGarry. And I got to tell you, things looked better when he got in there.
Well, he had time, but more importantly, Mike, he let the ball go. He did not hesitate yesterday, and he was letting it go as soon as he thought something was developing. His receivers running the routes, breaking out of the routes, and that was the thing that I had been calling for. It's the one thing that he has to do regardless of protection. He's got to be able to see this and let it go and trust what he's seeing. Yesterday, he did that, guys. I mean, here's the deal with Desmond Ridder. It's Dukes and Bell, Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. For all we talked about last week, and everybody was so down on him, look at yourself. I'm talking to you. You guys know who you are. We have to give him his props and say he did a hell of a job yesterday. Guys, in the third and fourth quarter, specifically the second half, Desmond Ridder had 3 incompletions. 3 in the third and fourth quarter. Meanwhile, he threw for over 200 yards. He was 18 of 21, had a touchdown in that quarter. We know about that, and had 123 passer rating. Mike, when it matters most, Dukesism, that's when this kid stepped up. So as much as we've talked about what he isn't or what you don't believe he is, believe your eyes yesterday and believe that he's capable of not only doing this, but also being consistent and winning games. That's what you've been waiting on. You got it yesterday.
He went from a QBR of 9.3 in London to 81.5 yesterday. No incompletions, as Carl pointed out on the drives. touchdown drive. I mean, again, I wish that Drake London, amazing catch and amazing throw, and the Falcons media staff's got this unbelievable video from the catwalk on the roof of Mercedes-Benz. I just posted it, Mike Bell ATL. He goes, the helmet fell off. He let it come off and goes bananas. Unfortunately, that only resulted in a field goal. So I still want to score more touchdowns here, but you can't complain about anything that Ridder did. Yes, there's still some time in the first half, maybe that the disjointed penalties and being behind the sticks kind of, it just jammed us up. But in the second half, Carl, he was everything you want to see from a quarterback they've given the reins to. Now the only thing missing from the checklist is to go get on the road and get a win. Don't have to worry about that next week. We're at home.
404-726-0929. Haters. 404-726-0929. And by the way, you can be critical of your quarterback. We care about this team. We say it all the time. But let's not go too far. Let's not go above and beyond and then are not able to walk it back when you realize, damn, he's pretty good. He's going to be okay. He can make plays in the NFL. He's not a guy that completely, absolutely sucks. That is something that I was hesitant to go down that road with you. And I said to you guys, let's be patient. Let's just give him some time. And this week, Mike, I don't know, but I hope it clicked for him. I hope this was the game where you go, that was it. I felt it. I know what I saw. I believed in what I saw. I had all the reads I needed. And week in and week out, I trust myself to do this and, more importantly, make those right decisions for this team.
No, it's the best game he's had as a Falcon. No, but I don't think it makes you look. Now, yeah, there's guys who got way too far down that road as far as hating. But, I mean, when you come off two absolute horrible performances like he delivered in Detroit and London, I don't think it makes you a bad Falcon fan to wonder if there's a better option at quarterback. But he responded. He took the heat. Yes, he said he tuned out all the noise, but the noise was certainly on a national level. It wasn't just you and me and everybody else who's a Falcon fan. Everybody was talking about the worst passing attack in the NFL. He throws for over 300 yards, gives you a come-from-behind victory.
Jonathan says something else, too. Arthur Smith called a really great game yesterday. I thought the play calling, the mixing up, the razzle-dazzle, everything that seemingly you had been waiting for, like, okay, what is he going to do to change some things up? I thought he called a really good game yesterday and got everybody involved. That's the other thing. We talk about, is this Ridder or is this coach in the play calling? Pitts was involved, okay? 7 for 87 yards. London involved, 6 for 78 yards. And, Mike, you talk about the London play. It wasn't that it resulted in a field goal. It was the emotion that got guys going. The field goal, yes, I wish we would have scored too, but that emotion is what this team needed in that moment. It was like, let's do this. We're here. Let's go. I loved it. And then Bijan Robinson, guys, 2 catches. Of course, the 6-yard touchdown that everybody's talking about where he catches the ball literally behind him. But they got every star that we've been talking about getting involved, 14 carries for 46 yards. Everybody was involved.
Yeah, man. I thought the play calling, we saw remember the game in the Packers where we unfortunately we stalled out in the red zone, but that play last time it was Jonnu Smith as a lead blocker. This time it was Mac Hollins who was the lead blocker when Desmond Ridder takes it into the corner and gets the touchdown. I thought the new wrinkles you talked about, the reverse and the Drake London throw. Who knew he's a lefty? Drake Larry said to me yesterday. Like, yeah, I didn't know that. The only play I think we never want to see again was the wild Hodge. Kadarrell Hodge under center. He drops the snap. Luckily, we don't lose the football, but luckily we're able to punch it in. But, yeah, there were some new little tweaks that Arthur threw in there, and I said it to you earlier. I know McGarry will get healthy and get back in there, but I can't help but wonder in the passing game, a guy who's a bit of a liability in pass protection, having somebody in there who can do that. And I just something to think about as Norton was doing a nice job at right tackle.
Yeah, 404-726-0929. Tish says to us, this is not an oversell, Dukes. He played great. I know he did. Let's acknowledge it. Let's talk about it. Let's praise him when he plays great. This is the thing. We get down on players, and then when they play great, we don't want to say they play great. He played great. Tish, appreciate you hitting us up. You can find us, Mike Bell, ATL. I'm at Put 'em Up. See Dukes. The radio show is Dukes and Bell 929. Follow this radio station, guys, at 929 The Game. And, of course, we are always live on YouTube at 929 The Game and twitch.tv/ATL929 The Game. Whispers is back. He was overseas. Great trip, by the way. He told me about it, Mike. He was over there. You would have thought he was might have had some money. I mean, the way he was talking, we were in Rome and Greece. But Whispers is back running our cameras, so I'm glad to have him here. And by the way, this hour is brought to you by the Man Cave store. Up your Man Cave game this football season with a few custom pool tables. They've got custom pool tables, should I say, and also theater seats, even shuffleboard. Go to mancavestore.com. This is what Ridder is saying today. about Cam. It's all about proving it, and that's what it is about in the NFL.